Welcome to Tales of Gear. My name is Tom, and with this video we're starting a new video series about secondary weapon systems, or if you will, sidearms. So let's get started. A couple of years back I've managed to get my hands on some very cool vintage holsters for the Beretta M9, and I just felt like I should get a actual Beretta M9 to put it in those holsters. So I've started my search to see what the market has to offer. I was looking for something that is affordable, decent price range, but has also decent quality and looks. I was checking first the very cheap airsoft replicas that are out there. Among some brands were Bell, Double Eagle, and some others I forgot what they called. So I had some bad experiences with Bell, and so I decided not to go for a Bell. And the other end was a little bit higher priced M9s like WE or KSC, and these are great guns, but I just couldn't justify the price with what I'm getting. So I continued my search and bumped on a brand I didn't know of. That's the brand Crownland. So the Crownland brand is a Taiwan brand. So the guns are made in Taiwan, and from my understanding, stuff made in Taiwan is good, at least good, if not great. So I did some research, and turns out that this Crownland brand is actually a sub-brand of SRC, and as we know, SRC is making GBBs and GBBRs, and they are pretty good. Not super great, but good price range, good quality. I thought, okay, that's worth trying. So I did my search and found actually the Beretta M9 made by Crownland on a German shop, and I said, okay, let's give it a try. After ordering it, it came in this box like this. And if there are any German airsoft players watching, can someone please explain me why it's marked German version? What's the difference? I know you guys can't have full auto, but that's a Beretta, it's semi only. Does it have something to do with the markings? I would like to know, so please comment below. Here is on the side. So let's take a look. The gun is full metal. That means metal slide, metal frame, plastic grips. Comes with one magazine, and I ended up buying a spare one, just because I think 2 mags are the minimum. So the outer barrel is also metal, and all the little small parts are metal. There are no steel parts except the springs, from what I know, but the good thing is it's not the classic pot metal you can find on other brands like Bell. Or I think even KJW is pure pot metal, I think. I'm not sure. But this material here is more like the one that WE uses on their guns. And it's a mix with aluminum, I think. And therefore it's much more durable and less prone to be worn out quickly. And also the finish on it is like on WE guns. It's sort of I think anodized black, flat black, which is nice. And one thing I have noticed, right out of the box, there is almost no rattle. Actually, the slide doesn't rattle. The thing we hear are some springs inside, I think. So, and the mag catch actually. Let's see. Yeah, that's actually really great for a gun that's around $100. And yeah, there are no markings, but that brings the price down, I guess. And yeah, I was trying it out right out of the box. It was shooting really nicely. It has a nice recoil, and here are a few things I actually didn't like about it. Okay, first off, I didn't like the grips, and here is why. Let's take this out real quick. So the grips it actually comes with are these ones here. They have their logo on it. I gotta say, they are made really nice. Doesn't feel like cheap plastic. It's actually pretty good, but I just didn't like the markings, and I thought, okay, the gun is looking decently, and with the correct grips it would look even better. So I've managed to get my hands on real Beretta grips, factory made, and they actually fit. I did make some small mods on this part here, but really that was like 5 minutes to do, and they fit perfectly, as you can see. And overall the gun looks much better. So the other thing I did, front and rear side, you can see it's white now, as it should be. I mixed up some epoxy with some white paint and put it on and let it dry. We have a white dot in front and this part on the rear, and it's much better now. So this is actually it, what I did to the externals. And the other thing I didn't like, oh yeah, I bought a spare nozzle and housing just in case. It's good to have spares. So the other thing I didn't like about the gun was the recoil spring. Now it's different. It's much harder, much snappier because I've changed it out. But out of the box, it's weak. It feels cheap. The gun feels cheap because of it. And the good thing is it cycles great, and it shoots great. The magazine, the gas consumption is also very good. And I just didn't like the feeling. So with this new spring, you actually have the feeling to have something that's not a toy. Okay, sorry about my dog. So this one is much better. Here is how it looks like inside. That's the gun inside. As you can see, it all has a nice finish. And having around 800 rounds through it, there is almost no wear on it. It's all original paint, and here is the spring. Okay, let's compare it to the original one. Here is the original spring. As you can see, the thickness of the wire is much bigger, and I had trouble finding actually a harder recoil spring because I didn't know the system, on what system is it based on. Is it Tokyo Marui, is it KC or some other? So I couldn't risk buying a bunch of different brand springs and just try out. I needed something that would actually work, buying it just one time. So I was measuring the dimensions of the original spring, counted in the thicker wire I'm gonna be using, and so I went to AliExpress and found the specs I needed and bought such 2 springs. Okay, like that, a little bit thicker wire, and all I needed to do is to cut it to size. I've started off cutting it like the original spring, which ended up to be too stiff, too strong. It did cycle, but it didn't stop the slide back. So I was cutting and ended up cutting too much. This is too short, so I repeated it, and the result was something in between of that. Okay, now it works perfectly. It also looks great. It is fixed inside. So the thing to take care of is when buying these springs is that it fits over the recoil guide, and also that the outer diameter isn't too big, so it doesn't catch up on the parts inside the slide. Okay, these 2 springs were like $3 shipped or so. Came also very quickly, like 2 weeks, and it took me 10 minutes to actually do this modification. Okay, gas consumption is actually the same, but it feels much better when shooting. So I'm very happy with it. Here we go. This is how it sounds like. And as you can see, the mag is almost empty and won't lock it back. But yeah, I'm very happy with this gun, and if someone is in need of a affordable, good looking and quite okay quality gun, I can recommend Crownland. This is it for today's video. Thank you for being till the end with me, and join me in my future videos. Like, share, subscribe, and have a great day. Bye.